What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm doing a reverse retro ranking and going to compare it to my very first ever reverse retro tier list. I'll have it up on the screen here. I totally forget what my tiers were, what my rankings were for that tier list, but I will have it up on the screen. I'm going to do another tier list here and we're going to compare it to what my original thoughts were about some of these jerseys. I know I had quite a bit of jerseys up in the S tier, the top tier. I'm going to attempt to only put 3 in there. So my top 3 favorite jerseys. I don't want it filled with like 6 jerseys. I think that's what I did on my original one. I just don't want that. I think it's more authentic and more real if I actually narrow it down to the top 3. I don't think you should have that many up in the very top. So because of that, like I said, I'm only going to put 3 up there. It's going to be kind of tough to figure this out. But I'm excited to see what some of the differences are between my very first tier list and this one here today. I own some of the reverse retro jerseys, so my opinions might have changed on some of them. And over the time, actually watching the reverse retros get worn out on the ice, my opinion might change. So with that said, I'm actually going to change up some of this. I'm going to go S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier. But then this one's going to be an F tier. I think F might be a little harsh, but I do personally think there are some first retros that are an F. So we'll have F tier instead of D tier there. Let's just go in order with what we got here. The very start is always the tough part. I can change things around at the end if I feel things are a little different. But we'll just start with the Calgary Flames. And I'm going to put that in B tier. Like I said, I don't remember what I had on my original, but I'll probably still have it up on the screen somewhere, so we can compare as we're going along here. But I'll start the Calgary Flames there. I think it's just a little too boring, and I think it's a little too much like the Canucks Flying Skate jersey. And I like the Canucks Flying Skate jersey a lot better than this, so it kind of brings that down a little bit. This one might be a bit of a shock to some people too, but the Mighty Ducks reverse retro, I'm going to put the Anaheim Ducks one in B as well. As far as goofy, whack, fun reverse retros to bring back, this one's cool, and it definitely exceeds that. Like, it's definitely, if this was a goofy, fun reverse retro ranking, it's up there in S tier. But out of actual I have to put it in B tier. I'm just not a big fan. I know a lot of people really like the fun font. I don't like the font as far as a jersey goes. So for that reason, it's down in B. Tampa Bay Lightning, this one I'm going to put up in S tier. I love the Tampa Bay Lightning reverse retro. Like, love. I think it is better than their home jersey. I think it's better than their alternate, better than their away. I think it's better than the original of the reverse retro. Like, the blue is phenomenal. I like the striping. I like the black around the bottom. I love the logo, and I love the white shoulders. This is the jersey I wish I could have got, but unfortunately I did not get this reverse retro. The Florida Panthers, wow, we're starting off hot here. This is another one that goes up in S tier, so I already have 2 out of the 3 up there. Love, absolutely love this Florida Panthers jersey. I like trying to base some of these reverse retros off of their current home and away. As far as Florida goes, they're only, like, my favorite jersey from Florida is their away jersey other than this reverse retro. And this reverse retro, I would be thrilled if this became a home jersey. I like this better than their home jersey. And I love the shoulders, the striping, the logo. I just love everything about this jersey. Pittsburgh Penguins, I'm going to put them in C category. Now, this is kind of a tough one for me because I do like the text. I think it's fun. It's different. But I don't know. Something about it, it's just too kind of boring. I get it that some people like that, but I'm not a big fan. The New York Rangers, this is another one that I'm also going to put in C. I think if the red went all the way down on the sleeve, it might jump up to a B category, maybe even an A, because then I think it's a nice jersey. I think the only good thing about this jersey, sorry Rangers fans, is the logo. I just think they kind of dropped the ball there a little bit. The Buffalo Sabres, I'm going to put this up in A. I love this jersey. The logo's a little I don't know if I like all the blue, like the blue circle behind there. That's just a lot of blue. So that kind of is a miss for me. But otherwise, I love the Buffalo text on the bottom. I love the font. I love the striping. And it's a very nice white jersey. This one might be a shock to some people, but the New Jersey Devils, I'm going to put up in A. I love this green jersey. Now, I know it's kind of Christmassy, but for some reason to me it feels less Christmassy having a green base opposed to it being red. Like if it's a red jersey with green where the red is, that's too Christmassy to me. But having it like this, for some reason, it feels less Christmassy. I don't know what it is, but I really like that jersey. Next up, the Ottawa Senators. I'm going to put this down in C as well. I don't like this jersey compared to their home jersey. I do like this better than their away jersey. I actually think I have a hatred towards the Ottawa Senators' new away jersey. Yeah, don't come at me for that, but I don't like it. But I don't like this as much as their home. And as far as the jersey goes, it's kind of just a plain jersey. So I'm going to put it down in C. Edmonton Oilers, it kind of pains me to do this, but I'm going to put them up in B. Now, they're a fringe between B and C. I think the only reason they jump up to that B category is because of the shoulders and the numbers. I really like the orange shoulders. Like, something about it, it just adds some brightness. Same with the orange font. It just adds that little bit of brightness without being too much. So I really like that. Boston Bruins, this is another one that's going to go down in C. I think the only reason it falls in the C category is simply because it's yellow. I'm not a big fan of yellow. Also, don't really like the white on the bottom of the sleeve there. I think if that was black, truthfully, I might like it a little bit more. The Winnipeg Jets is also going to go in C. Now, this one is one that kind of grew on me a little bit. I wasn't a huge fan of it at first, but like it was down in the F tier. I would have put it in the F tier at the original. I forget what I put actually it in. You guys will be able to tell me if I actually put it in the F tier or not. Maybe it's at the exact same spot it was at now that I think about it. But I just think I like some of these other jerseys a bit more than that one, so that's why it stays down there. One that I think grew on me a lot more than some of these other ones is the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the Columbus Blue Jackets, I'm actually torn between putting it in A or B. I think I'm going to put it at the very front of B here because it is very close to jumping up in that A category. I really like this Columbus Blue Jackets red jersey. Something about it, I love it. I love the white sleeves. If you guys know me and watch my videos, you know I'm not a big fan of the striping that bleeds down from the shoulders and runs down the outside of the jersey. Kind of like the striping here on the LA jersey. I'm just not a big fan of that kind of stuff. But this Columbus one really grew on me. Next is Nashville, and I'm actually going to put Nashville in A. Nashville is one of those ones that's either at the very, very top of B or the very bottom of A. So it's honestly close to being down here, but I'm going to leave it up in the A category. I like this jersey. I did not like it at first, but that silver striping that comes down there and just to a pinpoint on the outside of the jersey, I think looks phenomenal. I think it's a really cool jersey, and I like it better than their home jersey. Finally, to complete my S tier, I'm actually going to put the Montreal Canadiens up here, and I think the Montreal Canadiens did the reverse retro perfect. Literally what they were supposed to do, and the fact this is the first time they have come out with a reverse of what they currently have. They come out with a blue home jersey. Blows my mind because this looks so good. I have this jersey. I love this jersey. I knew I had to get it. I think it was the second reverse retro I actually got because I love it that much. Next up, the San Jose Sharks. I'm going to put the San Jose Sharks in C. And the reason being, once I saw it on the ice, I didn't like it. Before I saw it on the ice, I thought it could be cool. Kind of didn't like the teal, didn't like the base being gray. But once I saw it on the ice, I do not like the arms of that jersey. Now, this might come to a shock to some people, considering I think in my first ranking, I had them up kind of high. But the Minnesota Wild, I'm going to put down an F. I know I might get some hate for this, and I'm okay with that. But the colors, man, the colors. I see people calling them Subway jerseys, and I mean, I'm a Canucks fan, and we got Sprite jerseys, okay? But I mean, I'd rather a Sprite jersey over a Subway jersey. Come on now. Something about this jersey, I don't like the colors, and that sucks because I think it could have been way better than it is, but man, maybe if it was green, like a green jersey instead of a white jersey, it could have been better. But I'm sorry, Minnesota fans. Next, the Canucks, and now it's kind of hurt. It kind of hurts that I put Minnesota down there, but I'm putting the Canucks up in A. A little bit of bias, but as far as reverse retros go, they definitely did a really good job at taking their old jersey with different colors and implementing their current colors into it, and I think it's a really, really fun jersey. New York Islanders, this is another jersey that falls in the F category. If this jersey just came out as a home jersey, it's a W in my opinion. I like the blue better than their current blue, but for reverse retro, it's just too safe. It's boring. Colorado Avalanche, I'm going to put up an A. I love this jersey. I own this jersey. I know it's a little boring, but I think it needed to be boring because they're playing tribute to the Nordiques jersey, and I think if they added anything else to it, some people who really like that tradition could be upset. It could look like they're trying to change the past, which I don't think they want to do. They're trying to play tribute to the past, and I think this does a fantastic job at implementing their current colors in with the Nordiques jersey. Dallas Stars, I'm going to put up an F, and I do not like this jersey at all. I think they dropped the ball huge. The logo blends in too much with the jersey. I would have liked to see that black jersey color come down, and so it kind of would be 50% black, 50% white. That could look better. Maybe reverse it so the jersey's black, white on the bottom. Something needed to be done. That jersey's hideous. The Toronto Maple Leafs, I'm going to put them in C. Truthfully, the Toronto Maple Leafs jersey is on the verge of being dropped into F. I don't like the gray personally. I think white also would have been too overpowering. Maybe I just don't like the jersey because I do think white would have been a little too overpowering, but something about this jersey, it feels off to me. Maybe it's the striping. I think there's just better jerseys that the Toronto Maple Leafs could have went with. Carolina Hurricanes, they're on the verge of being C, but I'm going to put them at the very end of B here. Reason being, I like their other Carolina Hurricanes jersey a lot better than this. I don't like the gray as the base, and I don't like the numbers being green and blue. Those are all dark colors, and the green and blue kind of just blend in too much in the numbers, and especially with gray. If it was white, maybe it would pop a little bit more, but I just think it blends in a little too much. This one might get some hate for some people because I know some people don't like this jersey, but St. Louis Blues, I'm going to put them in A. I love this jersey. I think they also, like the Montreal Canadiens, they did the reverse retro perfectly. They already had a reverse retro as their alternate, or they already had a retro, as their alternate. So to just be able to switch the colors, I mean, it's easy, and yes, it is kind of lazy, but it works. Arizona Coyotes, I'm going to put them at the very front at A. They could have been up in the S tier, but I personally like these other jerseys a little bit better. But I love this jersey. I think purple looks fantastic for this jersey, and it blows the green one just out of the water. Like, I liked the green one, but seeing it purple and going back and seeing the green one, it makes the green one look hideous. I know it's not, but that's just what I see after seeing this purple one. Philadelphia Flyers, I'm going to put them in C as well as Toronto here. I do not like this jersey personally. I think it's the white on the bottom. I think if that white was black, maybe then I might like this jersey. Detroit Red Wings, very, very obvious. They're an F tier. This is a bad jersey. Like, I'm sorry, Detroit, but this is a bad jersey. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's bad. The Washington Capitals, I'm going to put up in A. This is a very nice jersey. I really like this jersey. I like the font. I like the eagle. I like the red. I like the Capitals text. They just aced this one. This one's kind of grown on me a little bit, but I'm going to put the Vegas Golden Knights in B. I don't know what it is about this jersey. It kind of grew on me. I still cannot get over the red, though. I hate the red. But the bottom half of the jersey, the striping, I think pulls it through for me. I personally wish they went with a black jersey and maybe had red on the bottom where the black is. I think that could look a lot better. The red jersey is just too much for me. But the striping and the logo pull it through for me. I love that logo. The LA Kings, now this might be a surprise to some people, but I'm going to put it at the very, very front of B category, potentially very close to jumping into that A list. It is a little low to what most people have, but the only reason I have it so low is because of where the numbers are. I get it. Like, I totally get why they have it. I just don't like it. I don't like the numbers being so low on the sleeve personally. That kind of does it in for me. And truthfully, that's the only reason it's not up in that A list. It's just simply because of those numbers. So yeah, this is my new and improved, 3 months after the reverse retro originally got announced? Maybe 4 months. I think around 4 months since they originally got announced. And this is my tier list. So I have my other one up on the screen. You guys can compare it. I think it'll be very fun to see the differences. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. I think I had some hot takes in here, so some people might not agree with that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, it means a lot if you guys subscribed and liked the video if you enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.